Hey loves, welcome to the Hey Loves podcast every single Monday and Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I thank you so much for being a part of Love Marlene 411. Happy Friday to you all. Thank you so much, Miss Queen Sunkiss. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Appreciate you. And today on the show, I'm going to be talking about humility. And it's one of the things that it's easy for people to say, but it's another thing to do because you definitely have to strike a balance when it comes to humility because we don't want to be a person to have no self esteem and to think that we're worthless and to think that we're nobody. But also, on the other token, nobody wants to be around somebody who is arrogant and haughty, all of those things, conceited. Nobody wants to be around somebody who is like that. So I feel like this is a very important subject to talk about on the Hey Loves podcast because we know a lot of people and people become arrogant for many reasons because of their looks, financial status, the relationship that they're in when they feel that they're in such a great place in their life. Some people think that, that they've come to the highest of the high, the epitome of prosperity. And everybody could be doing great one day and the next day your whole life can flip and switch. So let's get into talking about this topic. So, humility is freedom from pride or arrogance. Now, one thing, it's nothing wrong with being, a good amount of love for yourself, having a good amount of self-awareness, knowing yourself, but you have to strike that balance to where you're not so arrogant and prideful that you walk around with your nose in the air. That's why this topic today, speaking about humble yourself, there's a lot of times we can think that we may be a humble person, but the only way to really know that is to ask others. And over here on the Hey Loves podcast, I do have to go into the spiritual side as well because it's important. The most important is your status with your higher power. For me, I say it's my relationship with God. For me, I say what God thinks about me is the most important thing. So, learning to trust trust in God, trust in your higher power, and not try to take everything over. I feel like that's usually a lot of issues for us as human beings. We always try to do everything, and then later on, you feel like you overstepped and you didn't tap into getting your support or trusting in or leaning on your higher power for your help. So, everyone, every single person has to learn more humility and tap into their spiritual side. So, first, let's talk about why humility is important. Humility is important because we don't want to be labeled as a selfish person, to be thought of as a person who thinks that they're superior or better than someone else. We all know people like that. I know many of people in management, many people who have tons of money who think that they are better than everyone else. They're superior than everyone else, but it's just not the case. Humility is important because every single person is a human being. Every single person bleeds red, pees yellow. There's no differences. The differences happen when we get into the arrogance, and we tend to think that because I'm doing so good in my life, or because I have certain looks or a financial situation, that I'm better than others. And nobody is superior than another. And it definitely, I'm speaking from a place because I know for myself, I definitely have been humbled. I've been humbled by God, I've been humbled by people, just to just stop, and to stop trying to be overly demanding of other people, or passing judgments about others. A lot of times we think that we know a person's situation and what a person is dealing with, and you stick up your nose, and you don't know what battle another person could have at this very moment. Hey, pre-retirement days, how are you doing? Welcome. Happy Friday. We never know what another person is dealing with and going through. And just displaying a little bit of patience with another person, some compassion, some understanding. That humility is very essential. You never know if that could be you. You could be a homeless person one day. You could be a person in need of some support and help. You could go through anything. Nobody is above problems in this life. And also, to be humble, you have to be willing to be open to learning and adapting to changes. Changes happen to all of us, whether we like it or not. That's just a part of life. And we have to be willing to learn and to trust in the process of our life. We may not always like what happens to us, who is in our life, but it means that we have to just allow for things to be what it is. And I learned that, having health issues, losing people that I love in death, that it's not about me. We have to care about ourselves and love ourselves, but ultimately it's about the mark that you leave in this world, how you treat other people. That's what is the most important. Hey, Realist One, how are you doing? Happy Friday to you. That's the most important thing, that I believe 100% is how you treat people. How you treat people now, you never know. One day you may be the person with your hand out. You may be that homeless person one day. You may be in need of some support and help. And just because you were kind and supportive and humble to others and didn't think you were better than others, you may get the sort of support and help that you need. See, we all should be open to listen to others, respect other people, and let other people feel validated. Don't always have to have the final say, the last words. We can just zip our mouth sometime and just lean back. Don't pass a judgment. Respect another person's opinions, how they want to live their life, because you don't know what they have dealt with and what they have been through. See, and the benefit of being a humble person is people will want to be around you. They will want to be supportive of you, and they will care for you, actually, even love you, because you're just a kind individual. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mean be a doormat, be used, be the yes woman or the yes man. No, we're also going to respect ourselves as well. But we would want to also be supportive and understanding of others. And this is the fifth and the last point, everybody, which I feel this is the most important point of this whole topic. Humility is linked with good self esteem. So, humble people are more likely to demonstrate higher levels of gratitude, forgiveness, and general health. I found a lot of times the people who have these horrible health problems working in healthcare have a problem being humble. They still are very arrogant, very mean-spirited. They have not learned about forgiveness. They are not grateful for anything. And I find that sometimes when the more humble that you are, the more calm you are, not jumping to conclusions, that you're a reasonable person, that you can let other people have their say and it takes nothing away from you, you feel better and you also show respect to others. So, thank you so much for tuning into today's Hey Loves podcast every single Monday and Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for tuning in. And to those who are live or watching in the replay, let's be humble, everybody, and respect every single human being. Every single thing wants respect and love. Thank you for tuning in, all you loved ones. And I'll see you on Monday on the next Hey Loves podcast.